Hello friends, welcome back to a Gecko's Gaming video. Today I am going to be playing a new version of Dimmer Tempo, this one with a slight green splash for Deathrite Shaman, and we've replaced Nethergoyf with Deathrite Shaman. That's really the main difference between this and any other Dimmer type deck. So the reasoning behind that, there's a number of small reasons why you would play Deathrite Shaman, but in general I'm seeing a lot of the blue-black Oculus type decks and that are using a lot of Unearth and Reanimate, and there's a lot of graveyard-based combo. And then obviously there's many decks that rely on the graveyard for value, such as other Dimmer Frog decks and such. So this just having the incidental graveyard hate comes in handy quite a bit in the meta in general right now. And you can shut down like attempts to reanimate Oculus and things like that. Um, and then obviously, you also get the life gain, which is really helpful for this deck. The mana does a lot of damage, and it's nice to be able to gain that life back later on. Um, the other thing I really like about it is the acceleration. So I tap this. If I do a turn one Deathrite Shaman, I can tap it on turn two if either me or the opponent has used a fetch land to put out like a turn two frog, and then also have a one mana counter spell up, or like a one mana removal spell. Just a pretty solid tempo play right there. Um, and the other thing about Deathrite Shaman too, it gives us a little bit of extra reach for board stalls and those type of things when it's hard to reach the opponent. Um, it does damage through the one ring protection trigger and things like that. It can really help to finish off the game sometimes when Nethergoyf would have not been able to. Um, the other thing I like about Deathrite Shaman is it doesn't care about card types or delirium. So without Nethergoyf, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Um, so that's just nice. Gives us a little bit more flexibility and the ability to just kind of put the pedal to the metal when it comes to delving and things like that. Obviously, we still want to hold on to permanence, so Bobble is still helpful for Lurrus. We want to keep just some permanence in the graveyard for Lurrus, and then we want to keep some instants and sorceries for Mystic Sanctuary and the flipped Tameo. But yeah, it's just a lot easier to manage in the graveyard. And then additionally, it gives us more resilience against graveyard hate. So when they bring in graveyard hate against us post board, it's just not as relevant because Deathrite Shaman is still fine if I can use the opponent's graveyard or even just one or two cards from my own. Whereas Nethergoyf really turns into like a little baby 0/1 and kind of a dead card if they have sufficient graveyard hate. Um, And yeah, so since the other thing, but like the downside about Deathrite Shaman is the board presence is much weaker. So we're less good against like Mardu and energy type decks with this, which I've been seeing a lot less of on the ladder. Um, and uh, and yeah, just kind of in general, the board presence is much weaker, and in exchange we get extra utility. So also like it makes our deck a little slower out of the gate. Like we don't get the nut draws where we have like a 3/4 another Goyf attacking on turn two or three and that kind of a thing. So sometimes closing games can be a little bit more challenging. Um, and that's one of the reasons I've gone back up to four frogs. And that's also really good for the when you're Deathrite Shaman and then you're ramping into frog on turn two with a one mana spell up. You can do that more consistently when you have four. Um, and yeah, and then also like I was saying, the extra reach is nice when you can combine it with like flying from Deathrite and then shooting some pings here and there with the Bowmasters. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not sure if this is gonna be. We're definitely gonna lose some points against Mardu and energy decks, but hopefully we'll gain some in the mirror and against like Oculus type decks and combo decks, graveyard based combo specifically. Because like a more linear combo deck, maybe Netherglyph would be better because it pressures. It can kill the opponent much faster if you're just goldfishing. But the Deathrite Shaman also gives us an extra mana to hold up when we're trying to counterspell. So like if we're gonna show and tell, and they're trying to like show and tell with Veil Summer, maybe the one mana from the Deathrite Shaman could be the difference between having two counterspells being able to cast in just one. So that can come up sometimes in combo, but I would say in general, it's probably a little less good against combo when you need to be really linear and aggressive. Um, and yeah, the sideboard is still kind of a work in progress. I have long goodbye to again to deal with Oculus. I'm seeing a lot of those around. and for the mirror match. Um, just being able to cut through counter spells can be helpful. There's really not a lot of great uh, like Doomblade type spells in the format that I'm excited to play, so I've been rotating around between some of those. Um, Other than that, yeah, I got to reanimate. I was playing this in the main for a little while. It was pretty fun. I had some cool blowouts against the Oculus decks and different Atraxa reanimator shenanigans. But it's nice too because you can reanimate your Lurrus if it dies, which is a pretty big like way to loop value, and the opponent will think that they're in a really good spot because they killed your Lurrus, but then you bring it right back and start it all over again. And then yeah, if you can like, it's just great with all your creatures too, and then you can steal stuff from the opponents. So, but yeah, I mean the sideboard's still kind of a work in progress. There's a lot of cards in here I'm not excited about, but yeah, this is it. So let's go ahead and hop into some games and see how we do. I think I'm one match away winning in to get into Diamond right now. So let's see if we can get there. All right, ready for our first match. This hand, the opponent has a Lurrus, so probably Mardu or Dimmer. This hand is fine. Fatal Push is good against Lurrus decks, so I'll keep this. And yeah, let's see. I think turn one I'm going to bobble, see if I want to fetch or not. Okay, they got a Pride on turn one, so we are in fact up against Mardu. I'm going to start off by bobbling myself and see if I want to crack a fetch. I do not want to crack a fetch. I do want to keep that card. So I'll pass, draw it, and I'll probably push the Ocelot Pride when it tries to do anything. Oh, okay. It's a blue-white version, so this might be the Jeskai version of the deck that plays Mockingbird. So I could go ahead and flip Tamio right now, but then we'd have an Ajani that we'd have to worry about. So what I'll probably do, Tamio is my plan to win this game, so I'm going to hold her for now. And do I want to brainstorm now or wait till... Yeah, I'll actually brainstorm probably during the end of their turn. I'll take 3 or 2 or whatever. Okay, he's playing around Bullmasters by holding the Ajani back. Main deck unlicensed Hearst. This guy is here to... this guy is not messing around. This guy means business. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and brainstorm now, because that means I probably won't be able to use this Treasure Cruise anytime soon. I don't have a main deck answer to Hearst, so Treasure Cruise is basically off the menu. So we'll put that back. And we're getting kind of flooded here. Okay. Now I will push Ajani. Alright. I'm already down 7 life, so that's not good. Another land, yikes. Okay, so... let's play Tamio. Let's flip Tamio with his Brainstorm. Let's see if we can get some action and put some of these lands back. We just got a lot of lands right now. That is a lot of lands, dude. I think I'll probably, with all these lands, eventually this island's going to come in handy as just a way to gain life, to save life. So I will keep that for now. And let's go ahead and plus Tamio, of course, and then I'll play a Polluted Delta. Pass, and then at the end of the turn, I'm most likely going to Surveil. Get a Surveil land. Maybe, actually, you know, my graveyard was stocked enough already. I probably could have gotten a quick Treasure Cruise in before the Hearst caught up. Yeah. So we're up against Jeskai. Static Prison for my Tameo. That's not good. Okay, take one. What else you got? Guide of Souls. Yep, that's scary. And nothing else. Okay, so I'm gonna fetch this. We're gonna get a survey of land. We're gonna just keep digging. We gotta keep digging and try to get some non-land cards. Brainstorm. We don't need another brainstorm right now because I already have one in my hand. So, looking for some non-lands. It's likely at this point the opponent is just like sitting on removal. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do another brainstorm first. Let's see what we can find. Another Tameo, a Spell Pierce, some more land. I'll put back 2 lands. Spell Pierce might come in handy yet, especially if I play these creatures this turn. So I guess I'll play out the island. We'll go Tameo. And I do believe it's likely that the opponent is holding removal, since they haven't used any removal yet, and the deck tends to play about 10 removal spells or so. So the Spell Pierce is going to be good right here. I'm going to try to remove my guy. Except I forgot to shuffle away. Oops, I needed to play my fetch land after all, because now I'm going to draw another land next turn. That was a mistake. Alright, opponent is down to 1 card, but they have some good ones on the battlefield. Guide of Souls and a Licensed Hearse. Oh man, that's a good last card to have. Blood Moon? Oh, it's Goblin Bombardment. Alright, yeah, we're going to lose this game, and I probably had a good shot. I don't know, yeah, but that last thing of playing the island instead of a fetch land was just such a dumb move. Because I could have a fresh draw right now, but instead I'm just going to draw another land. So that was my fault. And with this Goblin Bombardment, things are getting pretty rough over here on this side of the table. I think I just got to hold back with Tameo for now to block. It's not great, but I don't know. Maybe I do need to try to be more aggressive and just try to attack, hit my clue and make something happen. But okay, so he's taking my Spell Pierce. I guess that's fine. Yeah, sure. I did consider getting a Mystic Sanctuary on the Brainstorm, so I can make sure to draw that next turn and we get some more looks. Yeah, okay, this is just gonna be, it's just classic energy running away with the game right now, so there's not much we can do about that at this point. Even Deluge doesn't do anything at this point. I'm basically dead. I can't believe he's main decking on Licensed Hearse too, on top of everything else. It's just ridiculous. I should have blocked, I guess, because my only out is really Toxic Deluge, in which case Tameo would die anyways. Go ahead and hearse me, bro. Oh, you're not going to? Okay. And then I guess I'll just exile this for no reason. I can't attack with Tamio because he just blocks the raptor and then can sack something to kill it, so... Are you gonna do something? Oh, you're gonna kill her in response? Okay. I need to draw removal, so I'm gonna keep the treasure cruise. Bowmasters doesn't do much, so put back Bowmasters and one of my lands. I gotta do this now because if I crack my fetch land, he might remove it. Oh, why didn't I crack it first? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. I deserve to lose this game. Because I forgot to crack my fetch land again. I'm just rusty right now. Okay. Well, we're gonna come back game 2. We're gonna put on our serious hat for this game. Stern Scolding's coming in. My 2 sweepers are coming in. The pierces can be cut. Scolding and Spell Snare are all good. I'll cut a Bauble too. So we'll run it like this. Alright, we're just working out some kinks here. There is definitely a couple mistakes I made that game where I could have won that game. The opponent was pretty... They didn't have a ton of gas left at the end there, so if I had played better, I think I could have won that game. Okay, I'm going to keep this. We'll go turn 1 Deathrites. I guess might as well bobble them first and see what they got coming. Antraptor, okay. Lets me know I'm going to want to make sure to have that Spell Snare up on turn 2. And hopefully they don't have a turn 1 removal, but if they do, that's okay. And I need to stop getting flooded because this is ridiculous. He's playing Bobble too. That's weird. I'm guessing, yeah. Well, they can't have Flash. I don't know why they're playing Bobble. This is a weird deck, man. A weird build. Oh, I guess they got Loris. That's why they're doing it. But I mean, if you're playing a deck that's this aggressive, I don't know if I approve. You don't really want to. Okay. All right. If I could really just like draw some non-land cards, I would be very happy. And Deathrite Shaman, the second one right now, is not going to be good. So I need to get some more gas. Something better than that. Okay, we're going to Spell Snare that real fast. Ocelot probably can't attack into that, so that's good. And we're going to shock the breeding pool in, and we're going to start eating his graveyard so that Loris isn't good later on. Arena of Glory. Goblin Bombardment. Yep. Get that Raptor out of there. Gain some life. Drawing more lands. Drawing lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of lands this game. And I'll attack with Tamio. Get a clue. And we will... I think I want to bring Loris in, so... But I also want to... Well, actually, I don't need to hold up green because he might not even have a guy in the graveyard next turn, so... Okay, I'll just go ahead and bring Loris in like this, and pass. Okay, well, he's got a Johnny Planeswalker. Okay. Do 1 damage to my Deathrite, okay. Okay, so here... I think I'm just gonna draw a card. I really need to get some removal. Spot removal. Well, I guess I have the sweeper, so maybe not that much anymore. I'll go ahead and get a I'll get a swamp. And then I'm gonna exile a land from their graveyard. I'll add any color. I would literally add a yellow if they had it. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to draw a card. Another land. Treasure Cruise. Okay, I like that. I'm going to want to keep some of my 1-mana cards in there. I only have 7 right now, so I'm going to crack a fetch. Nothing that I really want back. Maybe I would take a Spell Snare, but I'll save my Mystic Sanctuary for now. I'll just get an island. I think I want Tamio more than Deathrite off Luris. Maybe I want Deathrite because I'm going to start losing life pretty quick from this Goblin Bombardment. It'll give me a way to claw back and gain life later on in the game. Okay, they're going to have to do 6 damage to me here. Okay, so I'll have 5 mana. So that's enough to do Lurrus plus Bowmasters. Dang. Okay, so Lurrus is probably just not happening because I need to try to find a Blood Chief's Thirst or a counterspell for Lurrus or something. I need like 100 things at once right now and I have nothing. So I'm gonna brainstorm. We still found basically more nothing. I'll put back Psychic Frog and Mystic Sanctuary. It's kind of crazy. I just can't find a single spot removal to save my life this whole game. It's kind of wild. Yeah, we'll do that. Fetch lands. Deathrite. Bowmasters are so bad against Goblin Bombardment. I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm going to play the Frog. And, here. Let's do this now. Save some life. Yep, do that. Yeah, I'm dead. All right, well, that was frustrating because, I mean, you can see there how the deck is a lot worse against Mardu and energy type decks because it just doesn't have the board presence. Deathrite Shaman doesn't give you the board presence that Nethergoyf has. However, I will say that we got some pretty bad draws there. Just not hitting any of our removal at all is like kind of ridiculous. So it's not usually that bad. It's not great matchup, but it's also not usually as bad as it looked right there. Okay, next game. Let's see how we do. Go first. Would I keep this? Yeah. God, this is annoying. I think it's pretty close because I can brainstorm if I need to. Hopefully, I'll hit another fetch land when I do that. But as it is, I'm going to go turn 1 Tameo. And then turn 2, we'll see if we can hit a brainstorm, maybe flip Tameo. And that's a game plan. Tameo's dead. Nice. We got a land. That's great. I think rather than Brainstorm, I'm going to go for the Frog on the play. Yeah, give me that card. Let's go. Now we're cooking. Let's, I assume I'm up against blue-white control, but it's a little early still to tell, so I'm going to wait to Brainstorm until I know a little bit more about what I'm up against. That's a nice plains. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, we'll just hold like this. Snapcaster Mage for source to plowshares, so I'm gonna spell snare that. Another frog. Sure. Opponent just scoops, yeah. So against blue-white control, they're probably playing One Rings, probably playing Teferi too, or maybe Teferi, so Disruptor Flute is reasonable. I want Sauron's Ransom. I don't know about Ghost Vacuum, it's probably okay. I want Mystical Dispute, I want some Spell Pierces. Those are the things that I know I want for sure. For cuts, I can probably cut some combination of Fatal Push and Bloodchief's Thirst. Definitely cut Deluge. Since I know he has Snapcaster and he could have some Planeswalkers, it's reasonable to keep in some number of these cards. Fatal Push, the instant speed is helpful against Snapcaster with Flash, but the Bloodchief's Thirst could come in handy as a more versatile catch-all in case I need to remove a Teferi or a Subtlety or something like that. So I'll do that. I think I'll play Disruptor Flute also. Maybe I want Demonic Tutor. Maybe Reanimate. No, a lot of their removal is Exile, so don't want Reanimate. And then for cuts, I do think it's unwise to cut all removal, even though it's usually going to be bad. Dude, the Demonic Tutor, I just almost never play it. It just never really seems to fit into what I'm trying to do. I guess I still have Bowmasters to deal with Snapcaster and be a board presence, so I'll go down to 1 Thirst. Which maybe even I shouldn't play that, but and then Tutor or like Ghost Vacuum. I don't know if Ghost Vacuum's gonna be good. I don't think I need it. Let's try this. I already have Deathrite Shaman for a little bit of main deck graveyard hate. Alright, another one lander. This one's even sketchier. I don't even have a fetch land to exile with the Shaman, so I'm going to send this one back. This hand is okay. A little land heavy for my taste, but we'll go with it. Our frog will be well protected once we land it. This would be a great hand on the play. There's the worst card in my deck that I was thinking about cutting. I drew it. That's why I have 4 Brainstorm still, though. I can shuffle it back in if I need it or whatever. Do I really even need to... yeah, I have 2 more fetches, so I'm going to go ahead and surveil here. Try to find some more action. Undercity sewers. When it enters, surveil 1. We got mana drain. Perfect. I like mana drain. I'm not playing the frog on turn 2 here because I'm sure they have plenty of removal for it. Oh, it's actually Jeskai Control. Jeez, I didn't even see the red last game. Shows how fast that game was over. But yeah, frog, I'm holding it because I'm going to try to defend it with some counter spells. It's the only threat I have right now, so I need to protect it. And I have the tools to do so. Sauron's Ransom, that's pretty sweet. I'll pass again because they're likely to have more removal than I have mana for counters right now, especially when I'm casting Psychic Frog, which costs 2. I can only do 1 more spell. And it's my turn, I get 1 counter, and then their turn they untap and they'll have 4 mana probably, and they can just resolve a ring or something. So I need to hold up mana here and not commit the frog quite yet. Teferi. Teferi is a problem. I am going to mana drain this because I'd rather save my Spell Pierce, I think, for a little bit of a tempo play. Because the other thing I could Sauron's Ransom in response to. Alright. So let's me get Loras back. I'm going to try to hit a land here, I think, with my last Surveil. I would like to hit a land, please. So I'm going to go ahead and Surveil here. Maybe I'm using it too aggressively. I don't know. You could let me know in the comments if you think so. Land, we got it. We'll keep it. And that will allow me to bring Loras into my hands. And we will deploy the frog with a snare and a Spell Pierce up. Hopefully that's enough. He's got subtlety. Looks like a subtlety. If he has subtlety, I'll put it on top. That's fine. I'll run it back again next turn. Yep. What are you exiling? Exile is another subtlety. Sure. Keep it on top. I'm going to pass because I'm going to ransom at the end of his turn. The problem is, though, that my Spell Pierce has a finite lifespan of being useful, and we're getting to the point where the opponent now has 5 lands. Could be a problem. Take 3 time. I'll have to counter that. So if he has a ring, he gets to resolve that here, and that sucks, but I can't let him resolve dig like that and waste my Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce wouldn't have even saved me from the ring anyways, so... Okay, there goes the Mystic. Alright, we're gonna run out of Sauron's Ransom here. So Brainstorm and a Bauble, or 2 unknown cards. I'm going to take the unknown cards. Brainstorm isn't even good. I don't have fetch lands, so... 2 Psychic Frogs. Okay, cool. Now I got lots of Psychic Frogs. I'm going to play both. Oh, okay, I got the ring. Alright, I think we're cooked. Solitude is a beast too, since I can't kill it unless I want to pay 4. It's pretty rough. Play another Frog and hold up Bowmasters and some counter spells. That'll be my plan. So he's going to go for the dig through time here to use the 2 mana from the mana drain. Opponent is deciding what to put into hand right now. Next turn, what are my actual options? I mean, I could Bloodchief's Thirst to Solitude and attack for 2. That's probably about as good of an option as I have. I really need more lands, man. I'm just getting killed on mana right now. I need more mana. This is probably not the best play, but I gotta try something here. This like puts pressure on his life total. It lets me draw a couple more cards. It forces the issue. He has to have removal for both my frogs right now. He's got a discharge. Discard a Spell Pierce. It doesn't even really matter anymore. And I'll probably discard a Spell Snare too. No, I'll just discard Brainstorm. Because Spell Snare is good backup for Lurrus next turn. Wow, we actually got through. Wow, that's huge. Okay, maybe there's still a chance. Still no lands. Okay, drawing 3. He's got 7 cards. Pretty scary. Putting a discharge on top. Okay, there's the other One Ring. Shoot. That's big. That's a pretty big game right there. Oh, he's got protection. Okay. I guess I'll just do it on myself. I want to draw the card on his turn, I guess. In case it's a counter spell. And it is. Sure enough it is, so I'll play Deathrite Shaman. And then it's like, do I want to hold up? Interesting, okay. I am totally fine putting that at the bottom. Don't want this card, really. But he does get a 3/3 body, which is like kind of the main thing. The main thing, I guess. So now I have a choice to hold up Spell Snare and Mana Drain for next turn, or just Mana Drain. I think my best chance at this game is to hold up both. Instead of playing Tamiyo right now. Because I'm probably going to need to defend my frogs right here. And as if he has a if he has a Mana Drain to counter my Mana Drain, then this could be the difference between winning and losing if I can defend these frogs. There's temporary lockdown. I'm going to have to counter that. He had the Spell Snare. Alright, that's GG, probably. I'll see. I still got a Lurrus. He's functionally at 4 alive right now. We'll see. We could have a shot still. I just can't draw another land to save my life, though. And that's getting to be pretty tough. It's getting to be pretty tough here. Because the opponent has like 10 lands or something like that. And I have 4. And I've had 4 like forever. Well, I think it's pretty obvious what the line... Okay, well this they just scoop. Anyway, that's weird. Okay, I guess they had to go or something. I feel like they were pretty well positioned there, but I was about to make another stand. I was going to Tamiyo and hold up Spell Snare and Bowmasters and try to Bowmaster them out. But alright. Alright. We're back to winning in for Diamond here. Opponent goes first. I will keep this hand. It has a number of ways to either get the second land drop or accelerate with the Deathrite Shaman. Blue-black, okay. It looks like I'm up against probably Oculus since they don't have Luris. This is the blue-black, most likely the blue-black Oculus deck, or they're playing maybe main deck. What's that card called? Hold on, I'm thinking. I'm in the tank here. We're gonna bobble. Yeah, they're probably playing Harbinger this season, is what I was gonna say too. I'm gonna save that for now. I'm gonna go ahead and just play out this Deathrite Shaman. And then I will bobble on their upkeep in case they have discard. Reanimate. Yeah, so they're on the Oculus version. It looks like. They usually play Unearth, but I've been wondering for a long time why you don't just play Reanimate instead. Okay, it's a Grixis. Okay, Unholy Heat on my guy. Because I think Reanimate is like better than Unearth even in these decks. Yeah, I mean we're pretty blasted here. This is not. I mean we can't win. This is just like lose the die roll, lose the game type of situation here. But yeah, I'll pass. I have a Bowmasters. I have a counter spell. We'll see what happens. I'm just gonna put this down. I just gotta preserve my life total, I guess. I do have a card in my deck that can save me right now. It's called Toxic Deluge. So we'll play to that out, understanding I probably have like a 3% chance of winning this game. And that I never really had much of a shot. It was just kind of like they won the die roll and ran us over. Okay, got to eat their frog. That's good. Here comes another reanimate. Or just that, whatever. Okay. I mean, I guess I could rip exactly Toxic Deluge right now and maybe survive long enough with 2 life to win, so I'm gonna try to do that. Ghost Vacuum for sure. Long Goodbye. Reanimate. Mystical Dispute, I guess. Cut Spell Pierce. I don't know, maybe on the play I want Spell Pierce actually, rather than like this kind of removal stuff like that. I just want to try to run them over and be efficient. I'm just going to try to like cheese them out on the play, similar to how they beat me last game, where I'm not really going to be trying to play reactively and remove their stuff. I'm just going to be putting the pedal to the metal and trying to crank out a frog and protect it with counter spells before they can do anything. Catch them off guard. Yeah. And I guess the idea is if they just have like um if they have removal and they have their stuff, then that's just too bad. Fine. I was hoping for a one drop or at least a psychic frog or something like that in this situation. I'll play Bullmasters. Put a threat down for him. I'm gonna have to mystical dispute this, and then they could just play the big dumb eyeball, and I lose. But if they don't have exactly eyeball right now, then this is good for me. So they're playing like red removal and grief and a bunch of blue. I mean, I don't know, man. This seems like a wild pile of like disparate things that probably doesn't come together that often. But they're gonna Oculus right now, and I'm gonna lose anyways. So Nice. Okay, we'll do one more game. This is a bonus since my last game was such a cheese ball. This is just a bad hand, but I don't know. I guess I have Bobble and Fetch Lands, so I'll try it. I just feel like I'm on the wrong side of variance today. It's been kind of rough. Lots of really awkward land configurations. That's Bobble. I don't even care what they are. I don't know what they are. My hand is bad because I have nothing proactive in it. So I'm going to shuffle that away. And yeah, I could get cheesed out by a turn 1 win if they're playing Sorin or something, but I'm going to go ahead and get a Surveil here. Try to get some kind of gas. Some kind of gas, please. Okay, it's just Tamio. So we're playing against the same deck again. Okay, let's kill this. Playing against blue-black with Abhorrent Oculus once again. It's a nice card sleeve. I've never seen this one before. This seems like the type of game where whoever acts first is going to be at a big disadvantage. I'm considering bringing Loris into my hand now, but if I need to cast 2 counters next turn, I wouldn't be able to, so I'm going to hold off for now. Okay, another mana drain is pretty sweet. Deathrite Shaman. How much do I care about this right now? I don't think it's a big concern. Maybe I do want this land, actually. I'm actually going to take that. I don't like getting rid of both of these baubles right now, but I think I have to. I need to have all 5 mana right now for sure. I'm in a very mana hungry situation. I'll push the, well, I can't really push Deathrite on the upkeep because then he gets 1 activation. That's not good. So I'll push it now. So we have a land advantage over the opponent. I think I can start flexing that pretty soon. Starting next turn, I'm going to bring Loris in. Tamiyo is fine. Not worried about that. I'm going to push it at the end of their turn. You could argue that I should not put the Spell Pierce back right now. I should draw that, but I don't know. I think it's kind of close, to be honest. It's okay. Oko, huh? It's kind of spicy. You don't see that every day. Alright, game 2. So this is more like a Sultai mid-range deck. Honestly, I don't see any sign that they're playing Oculus. Just looks like classic Sultai mid. So we'll want Disruptor Flute. Reanimate seems good. Spell Pierce and Mystical Dispute are both decent, I guess. I don't think I want to bring in Mystical. It's a little too narrow. Spell Pierce, I'll be on the draw. I'm not sure if I want that on the draw. Sauron's Ransom is good for these grindy type of games. I'll cut one of each of these conditional counter spells. I think the 6/1 mana removal, I think I like that. Deluge, I probably don't need Deluge. Maybe it's better on the draw though to have just in case they get out ahead pretty quick. What would I bring in instead? I just have like so many of these cards are just like fine against them, you know. It's hard to like pick out which one I want. Like Stern Scolding's pretty good, I guess, too. I don't know, maybe I'll just run it like this. It's not bad to have a Deluge just in case things get out of hand. Yeah, I'll give this a shot. I'm not sure if I'm missing something obvious that you see that you think would be good here. Please let me know in the comments. Ugh, I wish I had... The swamp is like often pretty brutal in this deck, but this is still a keepable hand in general. Nice. Play the Tameo. We will run her out. Probably going to die pretty fast, but we have a backup next turn, plus Brainstorm. So that's a pretty good plan. Push my Tameo, sure. Okay. Sorry, I muted the mic for a second because I had to sneeze. Forest. Okay, so now Tameo starts going to town. Drawing me some clues. Doing her thing. And I'll pass. Should I try it? No, she would die right away. Okay. Okay, getting back drawing the lock now that I have a graveyard. I'm going to go ahead and draw because even if I lose this Tameo, it's not a big deal. I have another one. So if they yeah, it's totally fine. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I guess they get me there. But joke's on them because they well, maybe not. I mean, in this case, he actually gets lucky. I just happen to have Tameo in my hand, so it's not like a 2-for-1 against himself. But normally, that's how it goes. So they have John the Lock, and I don't really care because I don't have any permanents. So I'm gonna. Okay, let's brainstorm here. And back Spell Pierce. And I guess Toxic Deluge. Treasure Cruise, okay. That's fine. Now, do I want to tap out to bring Loris in? I don't think I need to. The last card in their hand is likely a good one that they've been holding to play around a counterspell. So I'll draw here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and push this Orc because it's getting to be... It's starting to do quite a bit of damage to me. Let's see what they got coming first. The One Ring's coming up next on top. Okay. I'm going to push this. I don't want my life total to get too low. You're going to counter it? You can counter it. Okay. I'll just push it anyways. So play the frog. Good news is I have backup. I can try to drain the ring, and then if that doesn't work, I'll go ahead and Disruptor Flute on my turn, in case he has like a Spell Pierce or something. Five, 6, 7, 8. The One Ring. All right, we got him. GG, GG. Now we're still one away from Diamond. Okay, just a quick recap. So the Dimmer Deathrite Frog deck, we went 2 and 2 we lost to Energy and we lost to Oculus, and we beat Sultai Mid and we beat a Jeskai Control deck. That's sort of what I expected. This is a pretty efficient deck. It's going to get under the Sultai Mid range and the Control deck. I expected Oculus to go a little bit better, but to be fair, I think we got a bad run of luck there in that match. And then Energy's not good. It's not a good matchup right now for this list. It doesn't really matter that it was Jeskai. It could have been Red White or Mardu. It could have been any Energy deck. We would have probably lost that all the same. But I say the deck is it's okay. I'm not sure if it's if I continue to tune it, if it would be like a top contender. I might switch back to Esper. It's nice having the how good of a matchup Esper has against Mardu with Energy, and probably pretty good against Oculus too. So I might switch back to my Esper list. But this has been fun to try. I really do like Deathrite Shaman, and Deathrite plus Frog is one of my favorite combinations. But I think that this deck could have legs. I think that the sideboard definitely needs work. It's pretty loose right now. It's kind of just a pile of random cards almost. I did some work in terms of like, okay, what do I take out in this matchup? What do I bring in this matchup? But you could tell it's still pretty loose. I didn't have hard and fast plans. But yeah, I say the deck is okay. I'm still open to trying it again. Once I get to Diamond, I'm planning to do another video with a Rakdos Scam deck I've been working on, trying to revive that list. So stay tuned for that. We'll see if Rakdos Scam is a playable deck. If it ever will be, or if it ever was, it still remains a question in Timeless, but I'm not giving up on it. And I have some new technology for the deck that I'm excited to introduce and give a try. But yeah, I'll also probably play some more of this Deathrite Frog deck and try to figure this thing out. Anyways, yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in. Feel free to let me know what you think about the deck if you have any suggestions. Or if you think Deathrite Shaman is just like terrible, I should be playing Nethergoyf instead 100%. Let me know why. And looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.